Oh, man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is. Tuesday. Brewsday Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah! It's time for Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar and Six Pack Store. Here's DreZ and Big Nate.
Oh, that deep poppin' means we got crowlers on Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store right there in downtown Blacksburg. I am DreZ, Big Nate's in the house, and we have a special guest joining us on the Zoom call. We have Brad from WAR Craft Brewing. How's it going, Brad?
Good, man. How's it going with you?
Hey, man, we're hanging in there. And, of course, we actually just popped a couple of your crowlers that I guess it was Big Nate's mom was kind enough to bring down to us.
Thanks, Moms.
Yeah, thanks, Mama Nate. This is the IPA. No name necessary, just the IPA at 5.7%. Looks like it was crowled on 4/5, so just about 1 week ago. So that works out pretty good from, of course, like I said, WAR Craft Brewery. And Nate, what did you pop over there?
I've got the Amber, and I know there are actually names for these, but they're not written on the label.
Okay.
Brad may be able to actually fill us in on that. What's the IPA, and then what's the Amber?
Yeah, the IPA is a higher patriotism, and the Amber is called the Culpeper Minuteman Amber.
Okay, there we go. So that's how we'll be able to look it up on the old Untapped app and whatnot. So, and what I see, you got a beer in front of you too on the old Zoom. Of course, if you're watching on Facebook Live or on the old YouTube channel, you can see Brad's lovely mug. Of course, I'm referring to what's in front of you with the beer in there. What are you sipping on?
This is our Hellas that we're testing for our summer release.
A Hellas.
You're testing. So I got to ask, because first of all, a little background on Warcraft and how they actually came into my life is my mom, of course, brought the beer here down, but she had been telling me that, Warcraft Brewing, you've got to try it. It's right up here. Of course, I grew up in the Culpeper area and haven't had a chance to make it out to the facility yet. But I was like, all right, Mom, look, here's what you got to do. I've got to try this, make it happen. Mom brought it down. But apparently my mom doesn't drink beer. She's big on the ciders, and that was originally how she told me about the whole thing. But it seems like you guys kind of do a little bit of everything up there.
Right. We're a trifecta, so we have beer, wine, cider, and we just applied for our distiller's license. So we'll be the first quadfecta farm in Virginia.
Nice. Yeah, man, that is. You got it stacked. You got a little bit of something for everybody. So now give us the background. So obviously WAR Craft Brewing, it's the newest venture of the trifecta, right? Give us the background when you guys started, as I'm assuming the winery came first.
Right. So the WAR is actually the winery at Rapidan, WAR.
Oh, okay.
And my military background, of course, if it's patriotic, Americana themed farm military brewery. So I was law enforcement and military, so we got a lot of that kind of decor going on inside the place. So that's kind of where that came from. Yeah.
Cool. And so when did you guys start? Give us a little timeline.
Yeah, we had a soft opening last July, and then our grand opening was September 24th. So we're about, several months in now, and things just keep getting crazier and crazier. I think it's because of our style, though.
Man, but that's great. Yeah, wow. So brand new on the scene. So probably one of the newer breweries in the area or in the Commonwealth, I would say. And man, so that's quite the undertaking. I mean, so you think you'd establish yourself as a winery and then maybe add that later on. But man, you're just going balls to the wall, knocking out all of them, man. And now doing the distillery coming up next too.
Oh yeah. You go to breweries, and that's me and my wife run the place. So we were avid beer or brewery and winery hoppers, and you always see these folks sitting at the bar or at a table and one of them doesn't drink beer or one of them doesn't drink wine. So I figure if I put 50 things to drink on the menu, someone would have something. There's hard not to. If you can't find something to drink at my place, then you're one of those people. So
then you probably just don't drink. It sounds.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly how my mom found it, I think.
Yeah, I've actually had, I think, one customer come in that didn't drink, and we do coffees. So they sat there and drink coffee all day. So it was, we at least had that.
Oh, so you do coffees as well. So tell me a little bit about the facility. So if we were to come down that way, give us a little description. I mean, from being in that part of Virginia, I know Culpeper, pretty rural. I'm envisioning just sort of like a big, huge, sort of area, farm-like, probably plenty of parking. Give us a rundown on if we were to come down to the WAR facilities down there.
Yeah, so I'd say if you want to zoom out on the map, we'd probably be between Charlottesville and Manassas. And then if you zoomed in further, it would be between Orange and Culpeper on Highway 15.
Okay.
So we're right between those two towns on Highway 15. We're actually at the Madison-Culpeper County line, which is what I named my farm, Culpeper County Line Farm. And, we're the only thing in Rapidan is the actual town. We're in Rapidan inside Culpeper. So people say there's a bar in Rapidan, there's not even a stoplight in Rapidan. So that's kind of our neighborhood there.
Now speaking on the farm, how much of what gets used in the beverages comes from the farm?
So because we just moved here a year and a half ago, we started planting everything that we're going to use. So we put down 50 apple trees, a couple of dozen peach trees, plum trees, elderberries. I think we got blackberries, blueberries, all in the ground here, and we kind of do a market garden as well. So anything we grow in there, huge strawberry patch. Just a lot of stuff that can go in beer or wine. And when we get our distiller's license, we'll be distilling a lot of it, making some brandies as well. So besides that, we make all the beer here on premises, and the wine we partner with a few local wineries that we really like. While our grapevines, we got 3 acres of grapes that they take several years to mature, so we're partnering in the meantime, and gives us a lot of agility to select the exact wines we want for the season. So instead of being stuck with what we have growing.
Yeah, I got you. So I think I remembered hearing you saying that it's you and your wife that run the place. So do you guys section off, like, is your wife more the wine person, so that's sort of her forte, and then are you a beer guy? Are you brewing the beer? How does it work, the dynamic wise? What's everybody doing down there?
Everyone's kind of the manager, so you're representing the place, an expert in all of our drinks, as well as the janitor and the plumber and the electrician. And so a 2, 3, 4 person crew, we're kind of do it all there. So I brew the beer, and then, like I said, we have partners for our wines, and then our ciders are either made here or made by partner as well. So while our apple trees are maturing, but we have a couple of orchards that we lease, so there are our apples as well.
So I actually heard a rumor just the other day that you were outside building a deck on the facility, you yourself.
Yeah, we're putting up an awning on the front. We're really small, so I mean that's the kind of the angle we're taking here is very boutique. A lot of the breweries in Virginia, they go real big, real quick, and I noticed that sometimes the flavor is affected by that. And there's 2 kinds of people who open a brewery, in my opinion: businessmen or brewers, and they're seldom the same person. So they either follow the numbers or they follow the art of the beer, and those are alone by themselves are very hard to sustain. So unless you have a good partner that also can play the part that you don't play, like if you're the businessman and the partner and the artist in the brewing, it can run into some challenges really quick, So we wanted to stay small. We were a 60 gallon. We were a 3-barrel nano brewery, so we're able to keep our batches small. If something goes wrong, it doesn't really kill us to pour it out. I don't serve anything that's not, to my opinion, well made or excellent. So where you might go to some breweries and say, "Oh, I can't believe they're selling this." Well, a lot of times the businessman at that place has made the decision to say, "Hey, I got $5,000 worth of materials in this beer. I can't just pitch it out," So they'll end up serving it. So I don't have that problem. We're a high rotation brewery too, so you're not always going to come in and say, "I got my favorite beer on tap year round." We will do keep them moving. I don't like to make the same beer twice, so I'll do a wheat beer, whether that's a Belgian blonde, Hefeweizen, a Dunkelweizen, or a wit. A IPA, so it'll range. You have a lot of fun with IPAs, changing them up every batch, and a stout. So it'll either be a heavier stout, a lighter stout. We do a lot of flavored stouts. There's a lot of folks around here that are very, very attracted to the flavored beers, which is, I think, it's kind of a newer thing going around now, but it's really taken off well with us.
So you said at the onset that you're kind of right now taste testing a Helles, and I've got to ask, how often have you,
Right.
you like you said, you're at that taste testing phase. How often you be like, "Man, this can't see the light of day," versus, "Man, I'm really onto something here. We've got to get this out."
More often than not, we make a beer very carefully, do everything right, and something has changed. And it ends up being perfect or better than we'd hoped. It's just been luck or a blessing. I don't know what to attribute it to. And so everything has worked out undeservedly good so far. I had to throw out our very first beer we made. That was a wit. We had brand new equipment, Blickman equipment, and where all that stuff comes from, China or wherever. And we had passivized the equipment 3 times. We'd washed it 3 times, and it was sparkling. And the beer came out gray because there was still metal in the equipment.
Oh.
So I couldn't serve that.
No.
We ended up throwing out the very first batch and re-cleaning everything over again with some heavy-duty chemicals to get those oils out of the metal. Because that's just the nature of, when they manufacture that stuff, that there's a lot of that stuff in there to preserve it for shipping. They don't want it to show up rusted or anything like that. So it's really hard to get off.
Yeah.
So that was probably the only beer we've thrown out. Yeah.
That's got to be painful. At least you actually saw it gray, and you're like, okay, this is dumb. If it was just it tasted bad but still looked good, then it'd be a little bit more trickier to probably pour out. But I think we might have lost your video, Brad, but we still got you on the line, so no worries there. Although that's actually perfect time. Maybe we can reset because I think we're probably about ready to untap these, and then I know you were talking about those. Crazy flavored stouts. I think we might have something like that on the brink to maybe try here shortly.
I'm very excited.
First things first, though, let's untap the drinks that we're enjoying right now. I have the IPA from WAR Craft Brewing. I can't remember. What was the name on this one again, Brad? Patriotism?
Higher patriotism.
Higher patriotism. Sorry, I should have wrote that down. And sorry, go ahead.
Names of our beers are attributed to something military. I was a clandestine operator a lot of my military career, so there's a lot of spy work names going on there that some people might recognize. Higher patriotism is referring to it means going above and beyond the law on behalf of your country and self-sacrifice. So that's a higher patriotism.
Fair enough, and I think a higher
regular patriotism.
I think higher patriotism deserves a good beer, and I think that this one fits with it, man. This is, of course, a crowler coming from your establishment, crowd on 4-5, so about a week shelf life into it, and still very well carbonated. So looks like you do get a good crowling machine or mechanism over there. So that works out pretty good. It's smooth. It's easy to drink. It's
the October can sealer is excellent.
Yeah, it's working great, man. Easy to drink. I mean, without question, a solid IPA. I'm going to give it a 4.5 on the Untapped scale, which is how we like to rank our beers. DreZ Drinks is my handle. Big Nate Danger is his. Are you on Untapped there, Brad?
We are. Yep. WAR Craft Brewery. Yep.
All right, there you go. Nate, how's that Amber treating you?
I mean, Amber is one of my favorite styles. I think it's something that I really got into, and weirdly enough, I kind of started my beer drinking journey. Of course, we've talked about my attachment to Pabst Blue Ribbon, but also, like, for the longest time, there was a lot of Yingling in my life. And of course, you evolve from there and really kind of explore the world of ambers. This is, if you're looking on the video, it's a hazier. I mean, you can't see through it at all.
Yeah,
And it is absolutely delicious.
yeah,
Like DreZ mentioned, it really kept its... Go ahead.
No, I was going to give you some background on that one before you tasted it. It's just too late now.
No, go ahead.
So that recipe was us having some fun with. It's actually a blonde recipe, and we swapped the honey grain for melanoidin, which gave it a red color, and a red wheat also that gave it a red color. So, and it's a blend with a hazy IPA recipe. So you get a heavy haze in there, as well as a little bit of a hop kick at the end, and it's fermented with French Saison yeast, so Omega French Saison yeast. So it's got a lot of left and right thrown into that beer, something crazy for people that are, used to drinking. It was a very drinkable amber that we decided to pick it up a notch and see what would happen, and it turned out really well. And it moves. Of course, the name Culpeper Minuteman, it sells like hotcakes because of that alone. But then people are pleasantly surprised that it's very drinkable for how heavy it looks.
No, I think you're absolutely spot on with it being incredibly drinkable, and that was kind of what I was going to say and elaborate on. Is that this would be good, really, no matter what time of year. I think with it having so many like left and right turns that it's quite maneuverable, and I mean, it's my favorite beer I've had today, but I've been at work all day. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead, and this is also going to get a pretty good, the Culpeper Minuteman gets a 4.5 from me.
Yeah, that definitely seems like an amber that I've never had any sort of amber like that. So I'm looking forward to trying that too. We'll do that during the break. We'll play a quick tune, and we'll come back, and we'll drink some more beers from WAR Craft Brewing. We are joined by Brad, the brewmaster, founder, owner, deck builder, everything over there at WAR Craft. We'll take a quick break. We'll get back with the drink and the beers on Brewsday Tuesday right after this, so stick around.